Hi, Marty. They stole my son. They stripped us of our rights and deemed both Erica and myself unfit parents, while the world watched and said nothing. That's what I can count on you for. Nothing. That's what I can count on Tomez for. Nothing. Paul Spotty. Nothing. I'm an unfit father because of you people and your silence. Apparently, Hardy and Marty and Thomas, apparently hospitals are operating a military JAG operation and they have more rights to your children than you do. And if they can't find a reason to take one, they'll make it. They'll manufacture a reason to steal your children and try you and find you guilty without a court hearing. So there went what? Your right to face your accuser, which is your Sixth Amendment. Your First Amendment is the right to speak for yourself, right? Second Amendment is to protect your first one. That's what guns are for. What can I count on from you? Silent capitulation? Little late. Little late, Molly. Right? Way late for you to be sorry. Way late. They're never going to make amends because they're not sorry. They just lie. Oh, yeah. I refused the vitamin K shot, the vaccines, the jaundice treatment, and every other thing that they wanted to charge me for. It was not medically necessary. And then the state tried to bribe Erica into betraying my trust, which is what most of you have done already. Betray my trust. Right? Kind of like my mother and my father. Betrayal of trust. Got bought off, didn't you? And I'll bet you $1 to a donut that my mother filed the initial call to Eric to the DHS. It was my mother. Because that's what family does to you in the USA. Sells you to the church and the state for a profit. Yeah, she's home with me and at the expense of our son. It cost us our son. No big deal. It turns out fathers don't have rights. The church and the state are always meddling and trying to trump up or create charges to find the fathers guilty without a trial. And where were my neighbors? Thomas, where were you? neighbor. Don't worry, Thomas. You're no different than anyone else. They offered her a house, a car, free medical, plane tickets back to the Philippines. And all she had to do was throw me under the fucking bus. And she wouldn't do that. She couldn't. With what? The shit's happening in the Philippines too, Marty. You act like there's a separation between church and state. Right? These people think there's an imaginary line that divides between the church and the state, and they think it's fucking real. And I'm the realest motherfucker you ever met in your life. And most people can't handle that because they're as fake as their plastic credit cards. Plastic Barbie and plastic Ken. I met Erica's family over the phone yesterday. And they were so respectful to me. I almost cried over it. Because I've never been respected in my life. Holy fuck! Oh, shit. Isn't that fabulous? I got more respect from Erica's family than I've ever gotten from this goddamn community. So that blows my fucking mind. And they're all coming to America to help fight this. It's easy to take a child from parents. But what happens when there's a few hundred people involved and there's a floodlight on the situation? Nobody wants to touch it. Yeah, her first child. and they already deemed her an unfit mother. And let's think about that. This baby was born with no withdrawal symptoms from methadone, fentanyl, or fetal alcohol syndrome. That's pretty fucking rare these days. And that baby was born without an epidural, drugs, or a fucking spinal tap. Pretty goddamn rare. All natural. He looks perfect, and that's why they goddamn took him. Because he was a perfect piece of art. There was nothing wrong with him, which is why they took him. Do you not understand the precedents that I've caused to create through an all natural birth and the NEM non invasive measures? That means hands off my son. Don't touch! I've never been so angry in my life. Kelly got sick, and what'd she do? Threw me under the bus. Blame me. Right? Right? 2 years I sat here by myself. 2 years. No one listens to a word I say. Not in this country. Not in this community. Kelly threw me under the bus as soon as she got scared. You know it. I know it. Literally making Erica the only woman that hasn't thrown me under the bus. Right? I had to marry a foreign woman because I couldn't find respect in my own fucking country. Women in this country don't respect men. They married the state. They married earned income tax credits and the IRS. The more you read, the crazier you sound to people that don't read. Draco weighed 7 pounds, 15 ounces. And even my own fucking sister yesterday, I'll bet it was your mother that initiated these charges. I'll bet it was your own mother that got DHS involved. And I said, you know what, Kelly? I wouldn't be surprised. Because that's what women do to men in this country. Throw them under the fucking bus. It's amazing. I was born with Asperger's or autism. That's a mental impairment. It's a handicap. So I thought. So I was told. Turns out that was a lie. Look at me go. Look how fast I run my mouth, and I don't even think. I just speak. It's amazing. I used to be afraid of speaking. Not anymore. I used to worry about people's feelings. Not anymore. And what do emotions and feelings and concerns have to do with constitutional law, the Declaration of Independence, and the Bill of Rights? Huh? Through medical tyranny, the hospitals, corporations apparently have feelings and they matter more than your lives. No lives matter. Either all lives matter or none matter. Two extremes. But which one's more real? Which one's more relative? Does it look like everybody's life matters? Or is it more like nobody's life matters and it only appears to be the opposite of that? The only way she's getting that son back is throwing me under the bus, which ultimately proves that men don't have any rights. And that's what I've been saying for 25 years. And now, tomorrow's the first of the year, April 1st, right? Spring forward into the new year. I'm probably the only man alive that will motivate women to do a fucking thing about goddamn anything. There are no mothers. There's only one queen mother, and the rest of you are birthing peoples. There's only one queen mother. And all the rest are birthers. How very. What kind of language is that? Emotionless? Let's suck the life right out of it. Birthing people. There's no mothers. There's birthing people. There's only one mother. Queen mother. And if there's only one queen mother, then there's only one king father. There's only one queen bee. There's only one king bee. I'm the Babylonian bee. I'm the king bee. I'm the bee king. Just a BC king. A BC's king. The bee king. The Babylonian bee. Buzz. Which way should I go? Up, down, left, right, out, in? Any advice? Nope. Any support? Nope. Any collaboration? Nope. What was the point in the stream? I have no idea. I don't know what to do, Molly. I don't think you can do anything, really. I think we're out of time for the most part. Why else has FEMA and the National Guard been called up for a solar eclipse? I tried to save people that didn't want to save themselves. That was a big fucking waste of my time. And now I'm in this predicament. Do I quit or fight? But I don't know what to fight with. Fight with what? I'm going to wind up in charge, Molly. Can't you see it? Can't you see it? So they're obvious for me. The millennials, the younger men, they're not listening to their parents. They're not listening to authority figures. They're listening to me. That's why I'm going to wind up in charge. The older generation has no response for me. My generation doesn't have a response for me either. Millennials, good God, they can't think for themselves. They need someone to follow. If I wind up in charge, there will be a reckoning. People will be held into account for their actions. They'll actually be responsible for what they say and do. And the whole law will shall be do no harm. And that's really the issue. Leadership does more harm than good. Doctors are in violation of the hypocritical oath, doing more harm than good. And these things, I don't see a point in crying. It doesn't change anything. I'm grateful for the fact that Erica didn't throw me under the bus. She could have, and I wouldn't have blamed her at all. It's so easy to throw people under the bus. She gave me the one thing I wanted in this world, a son. As soon as I had him in my hands, he was taken from me. I don't know. It's too late. I don't know. I don't know, Maury. My father never told people what to do. I don't like telling people what to do. But I think that's part of why Erica disappeared. I don't tell people what to do. They do things because they want to. Grace makes movies and music videos because that's what she was inspired to do. They tricked her. They told her if she would do blood work, they would let her have the baby, and compromised her integrity, compromised her, made her do things she didn't want to do, and used the baby as bait to get her to do the things that she didn't want to do. They divide the father against the mother, pull the father from the equation, and extract the father, then tactfully intimidate the mother into silent submission and subjugation. In this case, she didn't throw me under the bus despite all the free benefits, free car, free health care, free hotel, domestic violence clinicians and psychotherapists and caseworkers bombarded her as soon as I was banned from the hospital because I couldn't protect her. But she refused to betray my trust. She's in bed, very, very shocked, very disillusioned about America. Right? Her country. Oh, let's go to America. It's the most, right? It's kind of like Disneyland, right? Propaganda got America looking like Disneyland, parents. It's what we're good at. Propaganda and lying to ourselves and other than ourselves. Land of the free, home of the brave. There are no braves, and there's no one free if everyone's property already. The surety controlled by the church and the state. That's why liberty is such a cracked notion. That's why the Liberty Bell's cracked. Illusions. All smoke and mirrors. Correct. I know what's funny, Molly. What's funniest in this equation? When I was in prison, they called me Smoke Show. They thought I was smoked in the head. But I recognize and see through the smoke in the mirrors. So another insult turned into a strength and a superpower. Clairvoyancy. To be a seer, an oracle, a speaker of truth, a motor mouth. Little did they know the traumas would become my strength. Speaking, my most powerful asset, my mouthpiece, my most powerful weapon. Because of the trauma. And I thank them for it. We wouldn't be having this conversation without it. Molly, you followed me a long time, like you said. And I want you to think about certain things right now. And you'll start understanding why I'm the way I am. We're in a recession, depression. They won't tell you that, but that's what it is. COVID policy caused small businesses to die. In this madness, I found a way to generate income using my own money. And that concept is lost on the public at large. They're chasing money. They didn't create a situation where money's chasing them, like myself. All of a sudden, my phone lost the signal. It's clipping the feed. What the fuck? Boy, they just really tried hard to cut this stream. Right? Amazing.
We're gonna fix that right now. I'm gonna go live on my on my Sabrina Henry account. And I'm gonna bring you in. I'm gonna bring you in, right? And then you just do your live on my phone, and let's see if they do the same shit.
It's amazing.
It's a different service altogether. Because we have
totalitarianism.
It won't let me add anybody. You would have to go to my live, send me a friend request, I bring you in, you cut it off your phone, and you do the live on this one. I'm willing to play.
It's so wild.
This whole shit is fucking. Oh, yep, they're gonna let me bring you in. Share broadcast. Which one? The Mayan calendar?
No. It's got my face on it. It's got the baby's face.
Okay, hold on. Go to the baby's face one. Okay. Matthew. I haven't friended you on that one.
Oh, fuck.
I haven't friended you on that one, so I can't. I have all your other ones though. Hold on. When I get off this live, go friend you. know how to do this. Let's see if they shut us both down. They know we're together. And they haven't shut me down yet. I'm going to delete this one.
Yeah. But I got feed.
Matthew. Can't even see on this one. Hold on.
Do. They fuck that shit up.
You know what? Let me go to my Hunter Green account. I only have 3 friends on here. I'm going to do it on here. Matthew.
No, it's just Matt.
Matt. Okay, that's where it's getting fucked up then. And
then I blocked out a messenger on my phone, so I can't even.
Burrill.
Huh?
You're blocked out of Messenger.
Yeah.
Burrill.
It's amazing.
I can't even find you on there. Here, you find me. Or you find yourself. Another.
Is it there?
But it doesn't have the baby's picture on it. That's what I was looking for. And then friend me, and then see if you
That's
can.
this phone.
See if you
I
can
just
accept
did.
the friend request.
I met you, I admit my first thought
Good
was
enough?
a trick. You look so good, I suck on
Accepted
your
your
daddy
friend
dick. I
request.
never
Okay.
felt that way in my life. It didn't take
Are you
long
ready?
before I made you my wife. Got no rings and shit, just my
Right
main
here.
squeeze. Coming to the crib, either had a set of keys. I
Right
met you,
here.
I admit my first thought was a trick.
Go on live. Go live. Okay, test. Let's get her done. Maybe. There we go. Tag. Share broadcast. Matthew Burrill. Invite. Let's see what we got. Broadcast. Matthew Burrill. We good? Invite. Must be good. There you go. There's 2. Let's see if they'll. Because you're on there, right? On that one.
Oh, I can't. I shut it off. Yeah. Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah. So you just go on this, and if they do the
I'll go
same
live
thing,
again
there's
on
a
this
big
one.
problem. This way we can test it. Again, I'm not on your Wi-Fi. And I'm thinking that's how they're doing it. They're shutting your Wi-Fi signal down. You good?
Yeah.
Okay. It's bad because that means we can't communicate with each other. Somebody else is not. Technically, if you're using a Wi-Fi from this house, that may mean you know what it is. All yours. And I have 7 accounts, so if you want to do half of another one that we have mutual friends on.
I had no idea. You don't have anyone, no one even is in there.
Okay, then.
Comms is the issue. And even when I was in my 20s, I recognized that. And I was a part of a ham pilot radio group when I was in my early 20s.
Well, do another one. Because I only have, let me see who I have on here. Erica, Sabrina, and Matt is who it says I have on here. So, yeah, like I said, I didn't put a lot of friends on here.
You know, do you know what TRUTH stands for, an acronym? To resist, undermine tyranny, hatred, truth. To resist, undermine, tyranny, hatred. That sounds like rebellion.
Well, they use it both ways. There can be just hatred or there can be mutiny hatred.
Right.
And they can play either side at any time.
Right. So the power is in the language we speak, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when they're sitting silent to me, they are silent witnesses to a mutiny. Change the language.
Which ensures that the things that they say they're fighting are less likely to be prevailed against because you're the only one really fighting. Right. I know. And it sucks.
That's why Erica says I'm a sacred clown. You know
All
that
this shit is wrong.
she says you're like a sacred clown, a holy clown, right? A holy clown. There's not a word for that in my culture.
Mm-hmm.
You know what it is? I
What?
do.
What?
Heyoka.
But it's not in our culture.
Horioka. Heyoka. But that's the irony. My culture was pre-existing. My religion was before theirs. Shamanism just didn't fade away into nothing. It hasn't died yet. It's pre-existing Christianity.
Right.
Shamanism has been around for thousands of years.
Yeah.
Tens of thousands of years. My grandfather was a shaman. No wonder why he drank himself to death. Did you know that shamanism is actually a genome? This is where it gets interesting.
Oh, you're on live.
Yeah, I'm live online, yeah. Right? Shaman is a gene, genetics.
Yeah. Okay.
What I mean by this is that the people that run around saying they're shaman,
Yeah.
it was a calling internally. Didn't come from,
They have their own aspiration.
Right.
It wasn't controlled. It wasn't controlled thought.
Right. And those people, I don't have any issues with at all. In that realm, I'm the king of them.
Because they're neutral. They have nothing to judge
I'm their
unless
king.
they judge based on their own metrics.
I'm their king. Because they know I won't lie to them. Good, bad, ugly. That's why in that world, I'm the king.
I need my body better and I can go to work. If I get back to work, not this week.
There's a quasi-reality going on. It's not a duality, it's quasi.
Which means you need two assets fighting in different arenas.
It's a four square. In car sales, they use a four square against you.
2 against 2, that's a fair fight. I'll take those odds.
What I mean by this is in one square is your monthly payment. One square is the price tag of the car. Other square is the down payment.
Right.
And the other square is the trade value of
Right
whatever
off
you're
the bat,
bringing
you're
in.
behind.
Four squares. They're always using four square against you.
Actually, we have more than that when it comes to cars specifically, because now you got insurance, you got gas.
That's just at the dealership.
Right.
That's what the salesman's using.
Oh, the fuck is, and they get us dependent on these
So
things.
you bring in your trade, and then the salesman dickers you on the value of your trade-in, up or down, tries to really lowball the shit out of you on the trade value of what you brought in. And then down payment tries to get as much as possible out of you.
Then they build a society that we need the cars to get around because you can't.
And you're in a situation where you can't afford short-term financing, so that means your car payments per month are going to be like $650, $700 per month. And most people can't afford that.
Mm-mm.
So they default to long-term financing where they're paying a lower payment and they think they're getting a deal, but really they're paying 20% in interest on top of the value of the car. So they're upside down. A $10,000 car, they owe $15,000 for it.
This is only one of 100 things that ensures the odds for on behalf of poverty.
Right.
This is only one.
You know, that's car sales.
And poverty is, statistics show that in poverty, that
How about
poverty
banking?
ensures drug addiction, suicide, alcoholism, domestic violence, physical violence. That's what poverty ensures, and that's what they're building.
Poverty is the mother of crime and the mother of crime. Poverty is the mother of necessity. Out of necessity, you create, you invent. Out of necessity.
Only
But
change can come from the impoverished because they're the ones that see through the game. The likelihood of overcoming with no capability, no capacity, no monetary, no military, or no intellectual. Well, there's intellectual though. Still, you have two other things, monetary and military, that are. You're not going to have that unless out of necessity as well. And that means numbers out of necessity, which these people are proving that they don't have the necessity. They don't have the aspiration to give up their cushy lifestyles to fight for their fucking country.
But you have to realize this is not a country.
No, it's more, yeah, I thought of that after I said it. It's fighting for more than your country. It's fighting for parental rights over corporate rights, over medical rights, over
Right.
medical
It's the
demands.
parents-
It's not even rights. Medical has
It's the
no
parents,
rights.
it's the farmers. Against the doctors, the lawyers, and the police, and the military.
We consume from them, therefore they have no rights.
No. They consume the poor.
Yeah, but we accept that we go to them for services, which means they have an
only because
obligation.
we're conditioned to.
Yes, I understand. But consumer rights is not being enforced. That's obvious.
No.
Civil rights is not being enforced.
And through my floor, I did two things. I did make it about the consumer.
Right.
And the reason why is because it's gender neutral.
Right.
20 years of sales.
Right.
It's all about the consumer.
Right.
Or the spender.
Right.
Or the teller. It's the cashier.
They don't recognize gender. The
Banker.
system that we pay taxes to, the system that we're obliged to be subservient to, doesn't recognize gender. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys.
Right.
It's all
So watch.
sex.
Then it goes into clerk. Right? Look at all these different words. Banker. Cashier. Clerk. Right? Clergy. Cleric. It's all about the money, baby.
Yeah.
Money's their religion. Money is their God.
Yes.
It's all about the clergyman.
It must be.
But now watch this. This is my piece de resistance.
That's why they don't change civics, because that's the only thing that can keep it balanced.
Right.
Balance their budget. Resistance.
Right.
What is it?
Shakespeare said it like this. Chase or be chased. This applies to everything. Think like a dog. Sorry if it offends your sensibilities, but think about it for a minute. Think like a dog for a minute. Chase or be chased. What do dogs do? They chase?
So basically, we're going to Pavlov's theory, which in humans would be fight or flight.
Right.
More recognizable, even though dogs would do the same. But
Fight or flight, right. But I added more F's to the equation.
right.
It's all about the F words. Right? Fight, fright.
Apparently.
What's the next word?
Fuck.
Freeze. No, freeze is my favorite.
Freeze. Yeah. It's a natural. Yeah. It's a natural
I'm
response.
a predator that recognizes fight, flight, or freeze. A, B, or C. How's your feelings now? Fuck them. All those F words. Family.
Failure.
Fiend. Fray. See how they all go together?
Yeah.
How about fear? Fear family? Fear friends?
Never.
Fear feelings?
So the things we're never supposed to fear, our society encourages us to fear, and the things that we're supposed to fear encourage us not to fear those things.
Right. And fear stands for false evidence appearing real. They're all smoke and mirrors.
They love their acronyms, so I'm going to listen.
This method of mine is called MO.
Right.
Method of extraction. What am I extracting from my listeners?
Which is essentially a power of reduction.
I'm extracting from them confessions. Their confessions. Their egos. Their reactions. Confessions. After 30 years in sales and bartering and bickering, silence is a confession. deviation, deflection, deviance, devils, delinquents, deplorables. D.
Right. Isn't that interesting? Though? Trump came in and immediately went with the deplorables. Democrats went with deplorables. But you're never going to expect anything else other than because that makes it ground. That brings them down to the ground level of the lowest portion of social stratification.
I am the deplorable
You're
one.
just one of the people, and you know it, obviously.
I am the deplorable one. I know, Marty, because I am the deplorable one. You know who the deplorable one is? Satan. We're in hell already.
I don't. Is that a duality too, though? Because look at the churchgoers and the Christian in the God
If
goers.
I'm the devil in them, in the earth, and earth is hell, and this is prison planet, and it's been ran as a business longer than I've been alive, and I'm Satan, and I'm the devil in the flesh, that I'm king shit.
Let's admit the reality. The world is going to shit because these religious denominations.
Because they refuse to recognize divinity in man. God, creator God, endowed man with speech.
So who really is the devil?
I'm the devil because I told the truth.
But if the religious people are not demanding truth,
they don't like truth.
Then they're actually the devil because they're
they like dogma.
God.
Right, it's like Keith Richards said. Everybody got devil on the inside, devil on the inside, devil on the inside. Devil's in your head. Resident evil is the devil inside your skull. Who's the one talking to you 24/7? Who's the one listening to you 24/7? Isn't that something you have to do? Deal with you.
Can't they just give us a furlough for like a month? A beachfront. You know?
Hi! Are you your own worst devil? Am I the devil that you're facing right now? And you're the devil when you're facing yourself in the mirror? Want to see a joke? Look at yourself in the mirror right now. Your facial expressions. There's the reaction, there's the joke. And it's the yoke. That's the emotional tension. That's the tethering.
That's what assures you're going to be reactionary.
That's what assures that I'm going to make a profit. That also dictates terms to your wallet and how you spend your money.
Right.
Hi! How are you going to spend your money? Emotionally? Does it actually matter if it's a priority?
You're not.
Which way will you pour vault?
I'm not getting sleep lately. You're making my brain work.
Even Trump said it didn't matter if they talked about you in a negative or a positive. It's advertising either way. Got positive people saying negative things about you, and negative people are saying positive things about you. So what you gonna do? Yuck it up? Yep. Yuck it up. I'm like it. Like E.T. Like E.T. phone home. I'm E.T. I'm an alien. I'm an intraterrestrial, extraterrestrial, yeti draconian. Not a human. Hybrid. Chimera. Only one of a kind. The world would not know what to do with two of me. If there was two of me, I would be in charge of the planet already. Maybe that's the solution. I should just clone myself, right? So I can have some doubles and some stand-ins and oh, they would love me. But I'm firmly against this stuff. I believe it's playing God. I don't think you should do that. Which is why I had Draco. A natural birth. Without any Western medical intervention. Look where that got me. Right here, right now. What did they do? Intervene on the state's behalf? Because the state has more rights to a father's child than the father? And remember, the mother is not even from America. This is an international incident now. Might start a war. Kind of hope it does. Catholicism, communism, cannibalism, socialism, consumerism, Marxism. Any difference? I don't think so. Not if they're all parasitic in their nature. It's all usury. Usury. Treasury. Let's use a tree. Usury. Right? Treasury. Usury of trees. Let's use the tree. A usury of trees. Treasury. It's in the word. You know, I've said that for many years. The truth about a word is in the word itself. Don't even have to go to the dictionary. Crazy like a fox, F is the 6th letter, O is the 15th letter, X is the 24th letter, O is 15, 1 and 5 is 6, X is 24, 2 and 4 is 6, Fox is 666. 666 that. And it can elevate your ass 666 feet off the ground like the Washington Monument. This is why I choose smack a hole. In my mind, there's only 3 classes of people: pimps, tricks, and hoes. Well, I'm not a hoe, and I'm not a trick, so I'm a pimp. What class are you in? Will Ferrell said there was only boats and hoes. I thought that was a reference to citizenships. Or maybe municipalships, governorships, and lordships. I thought it was a clue that we were playing a game called Follow the Leadership. And I'm a flagship, gunnership, a sleuth, a fast fucking boat. Outmaneuvering all the big guys, circling the squares. circling their blocks off, sticking those squares in a fucking sphere, and they can resonate silently in fear. That's the fear factor. They're actually afraid of their olfactory senses. They don't know how to use them. Common sense, don't know how to use it. They don't trust their eyes, their ears, gut, sense of smell, touch, feeling. And the hospitals are using emotions to dictate terms to the law. They're corporations. They're dead things. How the hell do they have feelings? How are their feelings legitimate in a court of law? I don't give a shit about your feelings. You don't recognize my feelings. You're using feelings and concerns to distort and dictate terms to reality, to use your opinion to subjugate my fucking will to the will of the state. That's my feelings. How you feeling now? You react to me and I own you. That's the name of the game. React and you die. And silence is murder. I'm amazed by all the good men who sit silent and say nothing and do nothing. And the women applaud them for it. Because they married the church and the state for benefits, earned income tax credits, incentivized breeding programs. You married money. Erica didn't pick money over me. Erica picked me over money. She wouldn't throw me under the bus. She was loyal to me. Unlike with Kelly. She didn't share my labors. She threw me under the bus as soon as it benefited her. And everybody's out for themselves. And if I don't worry about myself, nobody's going to. If I don't respect myself, nobody's going to. If I don't love myself, nobody's going to. Nobody's going to do these things for me. If I don't do them for me, nobody's going to. And doesn't it begin and end with you? When wasn't I on point? What was my reward for being on spot, on point, on time, on a dime, on the money? Right? Where's the reward for being vigilant? A good soldier, a good citizen, a good speaker, a good writer, a great author, a good artist, a mathematician, a geometrician, a public speaker, My own backer, buyer, banker, seller. My own think tank. Without a degree or a license. Where's the fucking trophy for surviving my mother? If I listened to the doctors, I'd have been dead 20 years ago. Or maybe I'd be a trembling drunk suffering from alcohol withdrawal syndromes, like newborn babies and fetal alcohol syndrome. They got the shakes. My baby didn't come into the world like that. I ain't going out like that. Didn't come in like that either. And they wanted to give her fentanyl and methadone and heavy drugs, and she'd never been on narcotics. Let's birth the baby, come into the world, and be suffering withdrawal symptoms because the fucking drugs are fresh in the blood. And I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Used to have a large following, Marty. Now people don't follow. They don't like where I go. Where I go, I walk alone. My shadow is my best friend. That's why I named one of my cats Shadow. Credibility, recognition, reward. There's no reason. They made it this way on purpose. Selective. Take the little bits that they like and reject the parts they don't like. It contradicts the paradigm. Picking and choosing. Right? In for the good times, out for the bad. It's only around when it's good. And when it's bad, nowhere to be found. Wow. Same principles apply to money. When you have lots of it, you have lots of friends. When you don't have any money, no one's your friend. Amazing. But what's alarming, I realized to act like I had money. And then I realized to think like my time was my money. And then it started attracting money. And then I realized, well, when you're broke, pretend like you have lots of money, dress like it, look like it, act like it, think like it, talk like it, walk like it, and money will just naturally manifest in your reality. It will attract to you. Because everything you're saying, money. Money, money, money by the pound. Go try and prove me wrong. And I'm still waiting for my shekels. Because a dollar ain't worth a fuck. That's just it. You never try a thing. You don't do things until you know about them. You know? And you don't know until you do it. The more I started doing things, I realized, don't do it. You'll piss everybody off. Don't do it. And then I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to piss people off.
Basically, fuck around and find out.
Why waste my time? Just sit there and try to prove me wrong. A lot fucking quicker. Right? A lot quicker. I don't even like being right. Right. And the more I've done this, the more I realize. The longer I've done this, the more I've become aware and learn from you reactions. Reactions are extractions. Reactions are confessions. Knee-jerk reactions, confessions about the jerk. Can't you see it? They don't know anything about me. They judge what they do not know. They make assumptions. And they always assume wrong. They always assume wrong.
It's because they're even biased in their assumptions.
It's one of my greatest weapons. Reactions or confessions. And silence is a confession. Mostly they choose to remain silent. That's their right. That's their choice. Speak or die. That's the new formula. Speak or die. Silence is murder, and murder is a flock of crows. And crows have a song they sing. Caw-caw, caw-caw, caw-caw. So I hear when I speak, crows. Caw-caw. K-O-K. Ka of Ka. Ka means king. I'm the great Khan, Khan of Khan, bloodline of Genghis Khan. You can't make this shit up. Chief Sitting Bull, that's me. I'm Chief Sitting Bull. I spit the shit. Sit bull. I don't run. Lesbians are die king. For the king. Die king. Die king, do king, dick king, dock king, door king, dat king. $12,000 words with king in them, and I must king it up. Stink king, stank king, shark king, talking, thinking, speaking, fucking around. I realized how to trigger feminists, communists, Democrats, and Republicans. There's a formula to it, Marty. And it involves the word king. I realize English is the king's command control language. It's not the first language. It's created by kings, for kings, to control their subjects. Command Control Codex. KKK. King's Command, King's Control, King's Codex. KKKK.
Chances are the hierarchy system works in a triangulation system. That means 3 systems.
Today's women want to be kingsmen, and today's men want to be queensmen. Oh, the queen's man. Queens man. Queensman. Look at all the feminist, emasculated males. Is that because of their mothers? Free my sons. Free mother's sons. Free my sons. MOM stands for method of measure, Mom. Mind over matter, Mom. Mages, magicians, mathematicians, muses, mentalists, M words. Wow. Mary Magdalene, math, magnetic masters, mages, magi's, and magicians. Oh my. I'm the first Freemason. I'm the last. First four, last four. Alpha, Omega. Beginning and Lord of the Flies. You're the flies. Can you see it now? I'm the beast in the east. I'm in the down east, and I'm in the down under. Up is down, down is up. The west is really the east is really the west. They inverted the poles. The North Pole is the South Pole. The South Pole is the North Pole. Woo! I wonder what the barbershop pole is symbolizing. Or a candy cane. What's that symbolizing? Kundalini? Flying monkeys. I'm not sure if I'm Toto or the Wizard of Oz. Oh, yes. We're at the end of a procession. Universal alignment. Everything's going to start spinning in the opposite direction. I've been waiting for this for a decade. I'm so excited.
It starts to get peeled back from the last long that it did. Huh?
Right. Think about a whirlpool of water.
The last will be first will be last.
It spins in a certain direction for a certain amount of time. Then all of a sudden it stops on a dime. We don't notice. And starts going in the opposite direction. Because it flipped over. It rolled over. And everything started spinning in the other direction.
That's the best entrapment system ever.
And this is going to be fully exposed to society and mankind on April 8th. 9 days away. I'm so excited.
Because it'll start to peel itself back from agenda. No shit.
And all I have to do is sit here and collect my karma points. And then hand them out as I see fit.
So it's
because Krishna is the god of karma, which is also affiliated with Saturn. Krishna, Saturn, Satan, Lucifer, they're all in alignment with the act of rebellion, bringing forth the true light. Because they're in a false church and they worship a false light. And the darkness is the light, and the light is the darkness. The true evil of this world is ignorance and illiteracy.
That's how America was reformed. Reformed is rebellion. So
Right.
nobody can say anything against it as long as.
Because the Constitution guaranteed it,
and the
which is
church-
why Albert Pike said World War III would bring all religions to an end. And what are we witnessing in live time? A religious merger?
Because if the church can't control it, the people.
Right.
The church are the ones that.
All they're doing is creating chaos, and all I did was throw gas on the fire that they set.
So this is a consequence of the church blessing the rebellion of America.
Mm-hmm. And I'm the rebellion.
I love it. I love it.
I'm the rebel.
I love it.
And they're in barney trouble. And when the rubble clears, I'm standing on top of it.
It's poetic justice.
I'm standing on top of it, and they're all under the house of cards. They went boom. And my bloodline survives
Because they're
their
blaming
bullshit.
each other. Because they fucking blame each other and they slit each other's throats. So all their strengths become their weaknesses.
And I know every one of their weak points. How you doing? Why am I going to attack your strengths? No, I'm going to hit your weak points. I'm going to go after your Achilles tendon and cut it. Won't be able to stand up after that. Won't be much of a fight.
You take their networking capacity away, you remove their eyes. You can't see, you can't stand, you can't fight.
Can't talk, you can't fight either.
Good point.
You're a silent rape victim. A muzzled muggle. Eminem. Muzzled muggle. You got no magic in you.
Which is why it was so important for them, you know. To shadow ban this technology.
Right.
Because they know out of necessity it's all we have.
Hi, Jessica.
Which is
Thanks
why
for
they're
stopping
buying
in.
up. That's
The things I'm discussing today, no one should have to go through these things. And the things I'm going to tell you, no one's going to tell you. And that's a rather difficult position to be in.
It's a lot better being right next to you than it is watching you on video. You should charge fucking admission. If you ever become a public speaker, I would definitely go. I don't agree with admission because I think knowledge should be taught freely to anybody who's able and willing to listen to it. But I think you should charge admission if you become a public speaker.
I am a public speaker.
No, I mean like where they can come in the auditorium, get close
yeah.
to you, shake your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you should charge admission.
I can't though.
Not now, not in this position.
No.
But then again,
I can't
knowledge
because it
shouldn't
would
be for a price of money. It should be for a
morally
price
and
of
ethically speaking, you can't put a price tag on what I'm saying. There's no way to establish a value.
right,
And the minute you do, you devalue what you're doing.
right,
So I can't set a value, so I don't sell what I'm doing.
right.
I can't. So therefore, it still remains priceless.
Yeah. The act of rebellion alone comes through the knowledge of why you need to rebel. I wouldn't know.
So that handicaps, because most people do things for a profit in mind, and most of the things I do, there's no profit in mind. But they're profitable to the person, but not to the collective. But the collective is a multitude of individuals.
You haven't asked me for anything.
No, I don't.
You're helping me and you haven't asked for it, but it's a reciprocal, and I help you guys back with what I can. So, which speaks more of your character because that satisfies you. You can only do so much. I'm sorry.
Which parallels what Jesus said. A lot of the things Jesus said are in my religion. They're in my. I don't find no fault in it. Right? You reap what you sow. That's the law of Satanism. I don't disagree with it. You get what you give. I don't disagree with that. The hard part is when you've done the work and there's no payback. There's no reciprocation. There's no rhetoric back. There's no paycheck. There's no trophy. There's no benefit.
You lose so much.
It costs my children. And silence to this might cost you your children. What's done to my children will be done to your children. Free my son. There was no trial. There was no jury. I was convicted and found guilty by the hospital without evidence to a crime. They tried to buy Erica's silence. She wouldn't betray my trust. For that, she lost her son. They fucking stole him. And the world did nothing. Said nothing. Because he was perfect. There was nothing wrong with him. That's why they took him. I don't know what to do, Marty. They're all in on it together. Everybody's working against me. Even my own mother. Oh, they're very alarmed. They're coming to America to find out what the fuck is going on. This shocked and horrified them, traumatized her family, created an international incident. Technically, Draco is a dual citizen. If you thought about it, because her mother's here on visa.
Which now they could give you her problems with their visa.
So this is going to escalate. So the state thinks they have control. This is an international issue now. Draco is a dual citizen. This is a major issue. And I caused it to happen. And I couldn't be more fucking proud of myself. Because this shit is happening in every goddamn country. War is theater to cover up the church's crimes and child trafficking, abduction of children. I stopped arts. I stopped doing a lot of things because I realized human labor was obsolete. They didn't want creative people. Today's art is a simple excuse for laundering money.
Yep, sure is.
They don't value art until the artist is dead.
It's always been that way, hasn't it?
And it always has been that way. And the arts are then seized by the state and sold at auction for a profit, which the state keeps, and the children of the artist never benefit from the artist's labor.
Because the connoisseurs get to set the price. They are their own bank.
Right.
Which explains the UPS trucks constantly that don't care how much they spend their money every day. They have an endless supply, but they cry broke.
Right.
But you don't know it unless you have eyes on the situation. And to do that, you got to get inside.
Right.
Which I was. And that's all I seen. And then nothing but mind games. When I went over there, the first thing that she asked me when he took me over there was, so how are your children? How are your children doing?
Right. That's trying to goad you into react emotionally. Control your emotions, control your decisions, control your actions, control your feelings.
20 times I've exploded over this.
Right. That's their method.
To see.
Corporations refer to it as the nagging factor. They condition children to comprehend this.
Because I went over to get my shit, the rest of my shit.
Right? Do you know what it means? Do you know what the nagging factor is?
The nagging.
What else?
factor.
What is a nag?
It would be a psychological. It would be a psychological tool to spur emotions to get a disadvantage out of your opponent.
Right. Fires.
Yeah.
Trash talking.
Yeah.
Nagging.
Yeah. Well, they bred it in women.
Repetitive questions.
They've bred this in women.
Right. Say the same things over and over again until you elicit the response
Not
you
all
want.
women. Not all women. But for the most part, advertising has captured what women value. Same thing in that regard, though.
Yep.
But men typically stay silent. Men aren't going to be nagging women.
No.
Men are giving to their women because they want to satisfy their women. So
Right.
there's always, wow. There's always a tipping of the balance.
Right.
Is that out of necessity for years, though, because men have been so violent? But then the church encourages that through the Bible. Everything's about the man.
Right.
So violence was inevitable. Depression was inevitable.
This interrogation.
Women wanted to be mad, they'd be mad at the church, not at the man.
Molly, on YouTube, and I suggest Sabrina watch this as well, right? And the reason why I'm telling you to watch it, it's a documentary that I stumbled on. Me and Erica watched 2 days before she had Draco, literally 2 days before the birth. Watched this documentary on the ELan School, ELan, ELan, right? In Portland, Maine. So not really that far away. It was a cultish boarding school, right? Where they were doing some really sadistic punishments to their children and limiting their access to parents, and the tuition was $50,000 for a summer. And the children were pretty much held hostage, you know, and then the counselors would call the parents and talk them into making the children stay longer, so they could extract money out of them. It's a really interesting documentary called the ELan School. This boarding tactics that the staff used against the students, right? How they controlled the crowd, the mob, and they used the mass against the one. They put the victim in the center of a circle, and then the circle would yell at the person until they collapsed on the floor in trauma. They had nowhere to hide, kept in that circle, verbally beat down.
Oh, they still do it, but now they put them in special ed.
Right. It was on YouTube. Just the YouTube search engine. Type in ELan School. Right? These tactics are the same tactics they're using in the hospital. I'm telling you to watch the documentary.
At a woman's vulnerable point.
They divide the father away from the mother. They buy their fathers from the hospital so they can interrogate and force the mother to break down so they would steal a fucking child. Mother's too weak to defend herself, and the father's been kicked off the grounds because father didn't want the vax. Father didn't want the circumcision. Father didn't want touching the fucking child. Keep your hands off my son. Oh, they didn't like that. And I'm taking this shit to court. So I can watch them try to prosecute me. No jury of my peers will find me guilty of anything. No judge in his right fucking moral mind will even try to case.
That's the problem, though, is moral judges. It's still knowledge is intentionally to suspend constitutional law.
Because the first thing I'm going to ask them about is their license to operate the courtroom. Do they have one? And as soon as I ask that, the case is dismissed, thrown out. I didn't lose. I never lose. Why, isn't it?
The only license that they really are allowed to have is the Constitution.
I never lose.
Yeah, because the accredited association is
Right. Cult. British Admiralty Regent. BAR.
that's why they changed it to Admiralty law so they can fucking okey doke on everybody.
Right. Bar members in their own cult. Ask them about it.
Well, there's castle
They won't
law,
tell you anything about it though.
there's castle law, there's common law, and there's Admiralty law, right?
And then there's a lot of fool. Fool says something, does something, doesn't care about people's reactions. It's chaos. It's warfare. Dancing syndrome. Dancing in circles around these fucking squares. Did you know that you can put a circle inside a square? And you can put a square inside a circle. You know that? Let's tell you to think outside the box. And I'll tell you, well, there's a cube that you're inside of, and what's outside of that cube is the sphere that you're inside of. You savvy? You're not savvy, do you? Makes me kind of like Jack Sparrow. Fucking pirate. Pirating.
You're not actually doing it.
Did I actually do it in real life? Where I go? Online? Offline? I don't have two opinions. I don't have a public and a private opinion. I don't actually have an opinion. Isn't that weird though? Think about it. I don't have an opinion.
They all applaud the actor, but never the hero.
And then one day I realized the fool's quest, hero's journey. Is there a difference? Day you're a fool, next day you're a hero. You left home a father, you're a fool, you come home a conquering hero. Hero's quest, fool's journey.
You left home a hero, you come back with conquer.
Is there any difference between the two? Like Don Quixote, Matador, just wandering around. I'm not really lost.
Neither
Some people are not lost. They just act like they are. It's the land of the lost and the found, like a hotel. Lost and found, land of the lost, land of the confused, lost boys. Lost and they don't have a to fight for. Land of confusion. Right? Land of confusion. And the agenda, gender confusion. Let's confuse the gender of our sons. That's the agenda. That's their agenda. Let's make everybody transgender, go gay, man. Let's make everything gay and homosexual. I'm smoking a fag right now. Sounds funny, doesn't it? But fag means cigarette. Pretty shit, isn't it? Or a fag is a bundle of sticks. This country is controlled by sodomites and transgenders and Nephilim. And children are their drug of choice. They said I was an unfit father, Jake.
It's on the paperwork. I've seen it. They're saying about Erica.
And they said I was an unfit father too because we wanted a natural birth. So they barred me from the hospital and they physically took me out by force and violated her rights and my rights.
They said she was prepared for
I don't know what to do. I don't know how to fight this, man.
First one we're gonna do is keep our wits about us. More coffee. Oh, you already emptied it. Make new. I'm making new coffee. are the programs that come in to shore up this nuclear family that the church is so worried about, to make it a safe environment, if that's what they're going to say? Where are they? Where are the churches or the government to make sure that the nuclear family actually stays intact as opposed to still separating it? That is what they said they wanted.
And I understand why my grandmother grew up in a nursery, an orphan. Right? Censorship, censorship, censor Matthew shit.
Right now, you should have at least 20 viewers because this is being shown on. Oh, you're not on my phone.
No,
Are you?
No, I'm just.
That's why I was.
I don't even know your phone is.
That's why I was working the numbers.
We're all ward to the states.
Here. Moved up. Mutual friends on that account with a lot of people. No more.
It's easy for them to just to parents.
Work the numbers. You know better than I probably.
I don't know what I might do. I have no idea.
Any suggestions?
That's scary. I'm so goddamn angry. And they just want me to do something so they can put me in prison. Trump put the charge to steal my son, and now it's any reason they to put me in fucking prison. Come back in the hospital, Matt. Let's redo this conversation. Let's entrap you. Came home last night. She wanted to be with me. She doesn't know anyone in this country. This isn't about me. It's about Draco. It ain't about the professionals or the parents. It's about the babies. This country is politically held hostage by the pharmaceutical industry. And apparently the hospitals subvert and usurp the natural law. Parents' rights to choose. The hospitals are used as tools of entrapment to steal and extract children from their parents.
It's a business. They sell the injections. You get in the way of that. You can't lie with the results.
If there's nothing wrong with the baby at birth, fetal alcohol syndrome, drug withdrawal syndromes from heroin, methadone, etc., if there's no physical thing wrong with the child, then they'll look for any reason to take the child or fabricate one. Trump one up. I don't see how any of this is legal or lawful. Found guilty without a trial. Punished for a manufactured crime that I didn't do. And it was probably my mother that started this whole fucking snowball of shit. But that's only an assumption. The cops enforced it. Security guards enforced it. Men just stood there and said nothing. And I said, Dad, this is what you're defending? And they said nothing. Good men sit silent and say nothing. And the world goes to shit because of it. Because they're paid to stay quiet. Muzzled dogs. Mute dogs. They are paid to stay silent. And witness the crimes that are happening to their fucking neighbors. Getting paid to turn a blind eye to the sin of the church and the state. And the hospital is the tool of extraction for the church to remove children from their parents. Why lie when the truth is so entertaining? Your reactions are entertaining. Doctors are clergymen and priests performing salvage rites over the children. Healing their souls and making soul contracts and soul titles. Isn't that what you're doing? Isn't that blood magic? Is that a soul contract? If you put ink on the bottom of a foot and you put that foot on paper, that soul's on paper, and that's a contract, isn't it? Is it a bond? The birth certificate, is that a bond? Are you the bonded man?
Living in bondage. And that's not a theory, that's a fact.
I've made these videos and these streams and these commentaries since 1999. That's how long I've been doing this, Marty. Well, Jake, they barred me from the hospital, right? Escorted me off the grounds. And then when they found out there was no prey in me, and I'd already contacted attorneys and things of this nature, they wanted to start the conversation over. But I'm still fucking angry. And I'm not interested in getting entrapped or winding up in prison because they're going to take my language out of context and twist it to an advantage of the state without me having a witness. So I'm not ready for that. Because this is how they pray. And all I did was go home, feed the cats, tell my sister, hey, I had a son. Went back to the hospital. You're not allowed to see your son. What? What did I do? Where's the paperwork? Where's the summons for court? Nope. The charges were trumped up, manufactured, fabricated, charged, and found guilty in all one swift boom. Apparently, the hospital's judge, jury, and executioner, and the judges just sign off on it. It's absolutely amazing. And they've been doing it like this since the Civil War and the assassination of Abraham Lincoln.
No, they don't sign off on it. They intimidate the mother to sign off on it.
They all sign off on it through tactful intimidation, TIT.
You do. Yeah.
TIT. I am a teacher in technique, TIT. Technician in technique. Tactician in technique. Teacher in technique, TIT. The technique is mine. I'm the teacher. Teacher in technique. And that mirrors the ELan School. They use an inverted method of the same thing I'm doing. So I do it backwards. A lot faster. Yeah. Faster is better.
That's actually why we're a threat to them, isn't it?
Right.
Because they see that we're better at it than them.
Right. Because I have 20 years in comms. Mock comm. And I'm really good at mocking people. I'm a mouthy little motherfucker. And I expressed myself clearly. I communicated my points emphatically. And they had no response for me. Lack of response, a response. Amazing. I'm live on YouTube, live on Facebook, simulcasting. Doesn't matter which floor, results are always the same. Mostly silent and indifferent. Mom's in bed. Mom doesn't want to deal with reality right now. Mom realized the nightmare she's in. Mama was disillusioned about the American dream. That propaganda went to shit. She's recuperating from it right now. And I told her, I said, I'm not angry at you. I don't want you to be angry at you. If you want to throw me under the bus, you can. I understand. They did take her phone so they could erase the video content, Jake. They erased it off her wall, but it's still on my wall. Still got the video, even though they deleted it from her phone. Right? It got out there and they deleted it off her Facebook wall, but it's on mine. So it's still out there, doctors, nurses, you child snatchers, you.
When I shared it,
It's already got about 1,000 views. I don't see this going over well with the other 99 monkeys. Do you? I'm the 100th monkey. I wonder how the other 99 are going to react to this shit. Do you think they'll pole vault in my favor? This ain't over. Look at the reactions now. Silence, and they got no goddamn excuses. They got no defense for their silence either. Now it's a tool for me to use to abuse. I'll cause some oppression now. Maybe I'll get you to kill yourself. How's that for a theory? If you tell 99 monkeys to go kill themselves, 33 will do it. 33 will be silent to it. They won't do it. They'll think I'm a prick. The other 33. Right? But they're not going to do it. But 33 will. And that's the important note for you. And now we're left with 66 monkeys plus myself. So 66 that. And 66 plus 1 is 67. Let's turn backwards. 76. 7 plus 6 is 13.
That's why. That's why they don't do fucking public apologies. Because all the people that shunned us are saying doctors did wrong or attorneys did wrong or anybody. They would all fucking kill themselves.
Oh no.
They'd be shaken forever.
We're going to sue the hospital, DHS. We're going to sue all of you. We're going to get every name and file a civil lawsuit against every motherfucker. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
They'd be shaken forever. All the people that listen to us and watch us suffer, there were public apologies. They could not hide behind the shit that they caused by not getting involved.
I'm not going to run from them. I'm going to pick them off like flies. One at a time. It's just going to take time. And I can't rush this. Which is why they were trying to get me to go back to the hospital the other day. They'd already caught me off guard. Shocked the shit out of me, traumatized my psyche. They're going to take advantage of that situation to get me to do something, say something stupid. No, time out. I got to at least wait until Monday. It's just a matter of how you get them all in this. How do you bring the whole goddamn thing down in one strike? How do you string them all onto one fucking line so you can bury them all? I'm so angry right now, Jake. This should have never happened. I can't believe this happened to me. All because I said no to everything. That's apparently a red flag. When you say no to everything they say, it causes them concern. And it causes for them to trigger and call DHS. DHS shows up to take your child from you. That's their method. Children that are born with fetal alcohol syndrome or coming off of drugs, they already got just cause to take those children. But the ones that are born healthy, they got to call DHS. Trump a case. Collude. Work against the patients and the parents to steal their fucking children. Ban the father from the hospital, extract him from the equation through disbarment, walk him right out the day. No reason. Trump went up, make it up, fabricate it. Your feelings and concerns because we want a natural birth and no drugs. So you got to fabricate a reason to say he's an unfit father. Call DHS. Work together. Steal their child. And the mother, of course, is weak. Just gave birth. Vulnerable. It's really easy for 12 technicians to steal a child from a mother who's weak and vulnerable and all by herself. Wonder how many times they've done it. Holy shit. They are really good at it. That's also why I told everybody to watch the ELan documentary about a boarding school in Portland, Maine. I was shocked by this documentary. The techniques they're using against the children in that school are the same techniques the medical personnel use against their patients in violation of patients' rights, leaving the patient with no confidence in the doctors that are treating them. Talk about paranoid, right? So really watch that ELan School documentary. Mind-blowing. I'm going to use it in court against the hospital. That's why I'm telling you to check it out. Because the techniques in that school are the same techniques they used at EMMC. Amazing. Fucking mind-blowing. They put the fucking victim in the center of a circle, and the technicians encircle the victim and verbally abuse and assault them until they elicit a response that favors the state and not the parent or the child. Amazing! MOE, Jake. Method of extraction. That's Mo for you. MOE. No, not. Okay. MOE. Method of extraction. This is reverse psychology. When you know, act like you don't know. When you don't know, act like you do. It's amazing the response you elicit or solicit. I'm eliciting a response from you. A response is required. Otherwise, you're a fucking brain dead dog. How's that for mental aggression? This is a psychological war, after all. It's not a physical one. It's a mental one.
The response that they're looking for is a physical one.
Which is why one day I realized how to reverse engineer this: one against many, many against one. I am one hand against many hands against one man. I'm an army of one. And when you can divide people 3 ways to Sunday, look what happens. Look at the responses you get. Yep. Hi, Andrew.
You live?
Yeah, I'm right. Yep.
This way. You roll over, May?
What?
You roll over?
What?
Put some weed?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll pay you Wednesday.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
I know that. I know. Andrew, I'm going
Sun's
through.
out.
Andrew, I'm fucking.
What?
Sit down.
You in trouble?
No, this is just horrifying shit I'm gonna tell you.
Oh.
This, Erica's home.
Yeah.
Baby's still in the hospital.
You got a baby already? Holy.
It's They took the baby away from us. They said I'm an unfit father. And they deemed me a threat to the child's welfare.
Oh, you're mad as hell now. What's his name? Boy or girl?
Boy,
What's his name?
Draco.
Cool.
They said I wouldn't be a good father. I'm unfit to have a son.
That's the government. When the baby come?
Yesterday. Just 2 days ago. 28.
Oh, that was fast.
Came out in 2 hours. Healthy. No issues. But they wanted to make an issue. They kept wanting vitamin K shots. I said, no, I don't want a vitamin K shot. No to your special K shot. Say no to the K shot. Watch what happens. They'll steal your fucking children. Say no to circumcision. They'll get offended when you tell them it's a religious right. And you want your son's penis to stay intact, just the way God made it. What a crazy notion. So radical. They had to intervene on behalf of the child because the state knows what's best for the child, not the father.
Oh. No. No. No ties.
I've never been so angry in my life, Andrew. I'm very cold right now.
I wouldn't want to piss you off, and nobody should piss you off at all. Right now.
I'm so goddamn angry.
I'm upset.
How is this the American dream? This the Orwellian nightmare that George Orwell warned you about in the book 1984, which is on the government banned books list. You want to know what's cool about that book, Andrew?
What?
It's amazing, right? It's banned in 3 countries. 3 superpowers banned it. China, Russia, America. That book is banned in all 3 countries. Right? In Russia, right? It's anti-communism. So it's banned. In China, it's anti-communism, right? So the book's banned because it's anti-communism. In Russia, it's banned because it's pro-communism. And here in America, it's banned because what? It exposes the totalitarian state, the fascist state, the police state, the digital surveillance state, the gray state. How many states did that book make you aware of? All states? The police state? Surveillance state? And you got servicemen, Jake, like ex-brother Posh Spotty, who will sit there and look at me in the face and stare and say, I love you, man. I'm here for you. But I won't say if you're right or wrong. What kind of shit is that? How is that support? What a waste of my fucking life. The more you realize, the less you want to spend time on others, because whatever you tell them, they ain't gonna fucking believe you. Cognitive dissonance sets in. Stockholm syndrome, it's a shit. Kind of like the SS, right? The SS was like the Gestapo. SS, Stockholm syndrome, that's a shit. Cognitive dissonance, those are the passengers on it. Holy shit. Look out! Woo! This is me. I'm a monkey. I'm waving at you and I'm throwing poo. It's a poo fight. It's a shit slinging contest. Who can talk the best shit talk? Shit talk king, troll king, smoke king, toke king, think king, speak king, fork king, dark king, by king, to king, from king, see king, hear king, think king, speaking, arcing, fracking, cracking, wrecking, shocking, mocking, masking, whacking. There's no king. Mocking you? Shack king around it. I'm in my shack and I'm the king. What? How big is my castle? How big does it need to be? Hello? How big does my castle need to be? Right? It's my fort. It's my cave. It's my shack, man. Leave your fucking alone. Out there, fine. In here, come on, man.
Cat knocked the boogeyman stuff over.
Amazing. You know, Jake, the things that are happening right now are going to establish what kind of society we're living in. And because of Erica's parents and her, her status as a student visa and Draco is a dual citizen, this is an international event. So it's not a state event. So let's make that clear right now. So the public comprehends that Draco is a dual citizen. The very definition of a dual citizen. So this is a very big deal. Erica is not a U.S. citizen. She's on visa. So Draco is a dual citizen. Think about it. So this ain't a state issue. The state is literally in violation of international laws, which is gonna make this so fucking funny.
Is this why Anthem was sending all their casework of American citizens' medical?
Do you see the shitstorm I'm stirring, Jake?
To the Philippines?
The people in the Philippines love me.
I know that.
The people in Cuba love me. The Haitians love me. In Trinidad, the Prime Minister of Trinidad, you know what he said about me? Demigod. Demigod. Half man, half God.
Anthem subbed all
The
of our...
Prime Minister of Trinidad said I was half God. A demigod. Should I be ego tripping? Or should I keep it hush and low key?
First it was India, then it was the Philippines.
Low key. L-O-K-I. Low key. L-O-W-K-E-Y. Low key. Should I keep it low key, man? Or act like I'm not low key? L-O-K-I. Silly little trickster, you.
Too late for that.
Too late to pretend I'm not low key, right? I'm the trickster.
Well, and it's too late to pretend you are low key. So you're somewhere in the middle where they don't want to be.
No, in this chaos, and
By
that's where
cause and
fools
effect
thrive.
on the extreme ends.
It causes the fool to thrive in chaos while the rest are.
I don't see it any other way.
Look at this stupid little monkey. Ah, circus monkey! I that caused a national disturbance without a high school degree or a bank account
Or a bomb, or a gun.
or a bomb or a gun. A day with a dictionary. Amazing!
No, it's disturbing because nobody's standing up and fighting. Except those that are being persecuted.
And my friend Bogdan and my friend Sasha and Robin and others, you know, they all agree. I have diplomatic immunity. I'm not liable for anything I say. And that's why I win, and that's why they lose. That's logic at work. And the logic makes a professional sound like a fucking seagull or a crow. And everything coming out of their mouth is like baby shit. Caca! Look what happens when you cause 1,000 professionals to collide. They don't have anything to say. That's the joke. They need an authority figure to speak for them. They don't have an opinion all of a sudden.
Because opinions get persecuted in the United States.
And their reactions are confessions, and nobody wants to get read by the fool.
I haven't found it any other way.
Isn't that amazing? Oh, the grandmama loves me. She thinks I'm like a magical leprechaun or something.
I'm starting to think that.
I'm lucky to have around. Look at all the issues I've caused to create for the children. By the children, for the children, from the children, to the children. Didn't we all start as children? I wonder how many forgot it. That's really the issue. Everybody forgets being 5.